What's up, everybody? Tendo here. That there's Hannah Warrior Princess. Look at your orange glasses. I'm into that.
Beautiful.
What we're gonna do today is we're gonna start today out at a Goodwill because we're just out and about getting some chores done, and this one's on the way home. But then we're gonna go home, and these people are honking at each other, getting mad. Why are you so mad? But we're gonna go home. We're gonna get some projects done at the house because it's Saturday, and we're just gonna kind of take it easy and not do a ridiculous amount of thrifting. But probably before the day's over, we'll get back out and do a couple more thrift stores. So stick around.
Found some beautiful vintage pans. We got this little Club Classic set going on. Got the little one, the little tiny saucepan. It's real cute. And then the big one, I think someone replaced the handle on it. I'm guessing it was supposed to be wooden like that, but it's really nice too. It's a big one. They only want $5 for this, $2.50 for that, and $2.50 for that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab them, so. Coming home with some pans.
Not a lot going on at this thrift store, but another hole punch. This might be a project we get around to today. Putting these all in one place and making a little toolkit. I've been talking about it for a while, and it's just something that needs to get done. I'm trying really hard to decide whether or not my days of collecting bouncy balls are over. And I'll tell you, there's one thing in this bag. No, there's two things in this bag that make me think my days of collecting bouncy balls are not over. That one's an eyeball, and that one's a smiley face. Pretty sure those have to go in my bouncy ball machine. Yeah, we're buying more bouncy balls. I only ever wanted to collect enough to fill one of my gumball machines with bouncy balls, but I want you to check out this hot new product. It's the Cool Cam digital camera. It records a video too, and it takes 20 to 80 digital photos. Gotta get that. Check it out. A bag full of Star Wars toys. There's plenty in there that are newish, but there's definitely a 1995 Kenner Chewbacca in there, and I'm not sure if these are also 90s Stormtroopers. There might actually be some 80s ones in there, so I think we're gonna go ahead and get this bag. Just kind of take a risk on it, dig through it. I don't know if we'll sell these in the toy booth. We might actually do a lot on eBay for these. If not, maybe just keep them because there's some cool ones in there. All right, that was a great first stop. Hannah got some pots. I got a bag full of awesomeness. Let's go sit in the van real quick and look at all these Star Wars figures because it's kind of hard to see what all's in there. Hey, look, the gym's back open. Here, hand them to me. I guess let's talk about these pots first. Get on up in here and tell me why you bought them.
Cause they're vintage.
Well, I noticed this one doesn't have a wood handle like this one does.
So I think someone got crafty and they replaced the handle.
Yeah, it's been replaced. You know what? I could probably fashion one like that.
Yeah, they're really pretty. They are Club Classic. I have a couple of Club pans at home, but not the Club Classic. I really liked them because they had the wood handles on them.
Very nice. You're gonna put these in your flea market booth?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk. Well, I guess I'll show you these games real quick. Resident Evil 4, I just bought this a couple episodes ago, maybe yesterday on the Wii, maybe it was the day before. And then I remember finding this game once and it didn't have the manual or the disc was messed up or something, so I didn't get it. But I got it today and I think that actually looks really good.
It looks fun.
If I was just judging off the cover, that looks all right. Okay, so Star Wars, there's a lot in here. And there's all different ages of them. What is that, a Death Trooper or I can't remember. My brain's not gonna recall all the Star Wars info this morning. This is the 95 Kenner. Very nice, and there's definitely like, look at this vintage boy. That's beautiful right there. All right, there's also another Stormtrooper Anakin without his arm.
Oh my God.
But like that's on purpose, right?
I think so.
Yeah, cool. There's this guy. I'm so bad with the names. Where's my brother when you need him? Yes. Oh, yes.
Pawn shop first.
I don't know what that is.
That's weird.
And then there's a whole, no, that's Poe, but there's some, that guy's missing a hand. Andy's scribbled on.
Aw.
Boba's missing his head.
No.
There's more of that nonsense. Nice. First order. Your boy.
Finn.
Some more vintage stormtroopers. Oh baby, what are you? Oh, it's him on the ice planet. Vader with his cape.
Ooh.
And he's not missing any limbs. Let's go.
That's pretty.
It's probably the best one. Your boy Han, but he's new. Luke with his skirt. Here's that big, ridiculous gun.
Oh, wow.
It's a little bendy. A clone trooper. We got the whole, we ran the whole gamut here. We got all of them. We got all the troopers. Some general. X-Wing fighter. X-Wing. And the last figure, I have no idea who this is. He looks a little rough. And then there's some more guns and stuff in here. That's pretty cool. That's a good little bag for $8. I mean, I bet you there's like 4 or 5 figures in there that are like $6, you know, $10, stuff like that. And then there's a bunch that are pretty much worth nothing. But I could wrap them probably individually and put them in one of my little baskets in the flea market and make more than make our money back. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I said all this to say, pretty tempted to keep them. What else did I get? Oh, there's actually an X-Wing in there. Ooh, it's die cast. I've got a buddy that collects these. I'll have to ask him about that one. Feel it, it's metal.
Oh, that's cool.
And this is pretty cool because this is the exact size our button maker. No, it's not. This one's 2-inch. That's okay, I don't have a 2-inch, so we got a 2-inch button, but it looks the same size. Button, our standard button maker punch is 2.25 inch. This one's just 2, but that's cool. Hannah was mad at me for buying these, but I stand by the decision. You know what I'm actually probably gonna do? Our flea market that we keep our toys in actually allows you to sell stuff out of gumball machines. They're fine with it. Can't do it right now because they've put trash bags over all of them because of the coronavirus. They don't want people touching them. But when they're allowed to do it again, I might actually get enough small bouncy balls to actually fill one of my regular machines with bouncy balls. I don't think any of my machines will do these huge ones. They're all little ones. So, I mean, I'm not gonna make any money on it, but it's gonna be cool. All right, let's get back home. Let's do a little work, and we'll find some more thrifting at the end of the day. Listen, you ought to know by now not to listen to anything I say, because there's another Goodwill on the way home, so of course we're gonna stop here. We haven't actually been to this Goodwill since it opened back up, because we never really have a lot of luck here, but let's check it out today.
What if I come home and Pants is just dressed like this?
Well, there's a lot going on this shelf. $9.49 for 2 Xbox 360 controllers that are in passable condition, but not great. Probably not quite worth it. A Wii for $20. Wish it had its peripherals. I would buy that. And a bag full. I mean, 4 sticks of DDR3. I think they're 4 gigabytes a stick. And I don't know if you remember, but I just bought a PC on the channel about a week and a half ago, and it was almost complete except for its RAM. So this should be compatible with that. I think I'll get it. And also, look, here's a Nerf gun I'm gonna buy.
Sometimes you look through vintage pieces and you're like, oh, that's really beautiful, it's very antique. And sometimes you look at a vintage piece and you're like, that could be new, like, but it's old. But like, that's one of those pieces that new things are inspired by. And here is one of those pieces. This thing, like, you could roll up to Pier 1 right now and you could buy the same exact thing, but this is like the real deal. It's stunning. Like the little birds and the hand painted. Maybe it's screen printed. I don't think it's painted, but that old cord, old socket, it's definitely Definitely a nice older piece. I think I'm gonna get it to put it in my booth. I really like it a lot. I see something exciting. Oh. Oh. I mean, this is the best shaped one I've ever seen, like ever. Even my good one at home doesn't look this good. These are kind of notorious for looking pretty terrible. Like the coloring on it, I guess, just doesn't stick very well. And a lot of them look really torn up. I've got about 4 bowls at home that have absolutely no color on them at all. Do I want to pay 20 bucks for my personal collection? Because I do have one at home that would sell because it's a better condition than any of my other ones. I'm just gonna hold it for a bit. We're just gonna hold it and decide later.
This might be awesome. I think here is a Wii U game I don't have. Please be in there. Thank the Lord. We're leaving with a Wii U game. That hasn't happened in a while. Well, that was pretty awesome. I've kind of mentioned lightly in the past that I would like to collect Nerf guns if space were no option, but something I've been thinking about doing is just collecting every version of this gun, because there's like 30 or 40.
There's a lot.
Pretty much every Nerf gun color scheme that's ever been made, they've also made one of these in it. So this is actually a pretty uncommon one, so that's why I picked it up today, because if I do decide to do that and hang all those on one wall, I'll at least won't have to look for that one, which is kind of one of the harder ones to find. I really should be working way harder than I currently am to complete the Wii U collection while it's still kind of easy right now. So I'm happy to bring home any Wii U game I don't have. And honestly, flying games are one of my favorite types of games. I would pretty much waste my life away flying planes in Grand Theft Auto if I had all the time in the world. So
I am so bad at flying the planes in Grand Theft Auto.
I love it.
Nosedive.
I love it. I get to complete that gaming PC I bought on the channel.
Woo!
Pretty happy about that. This is some alright RAM, so it was cool. You got something awesome.
I am very excited about the pieces I got.
Talk about this first.
This is peculiar because walking up to it, I was like, oh, that's pretty. That's probably like Pier 1 or something, but it's not. It's like...
It's old.
From the 70s. It's stunning.
A couple different women wanted it.
Yeah.
They were swarming, hoping you'd put it back.
Honestly, I walked up to it and I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna get that. Let me look at the lampshades really quick. And another girl like swooped in and I was like, oh shoot, she's gonna look at that lamp. And she did. She's just like, I was like, oh, I know, I was looking at it too. And she's like, kind of backed off a little bit. And she's like, I don't think I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna take a photo of it. It's like, okay.
All right, well, all right, now this, we spent way too much time in this Goodwill because she couldn't decide if she was gonna get it.
I overspent for a reseller, I did. I spent retail price for this because this is so rare. Like, this is a pristine green bowl. And like, the reason that's rare, I don't know why, but like the green just doesn't ever stick to these bowls and they immediately disintegrate. And I've bought 4 bowls now, and all of them are terrible.
And all of them have been increasingly better than the last.
A little bit better.
You know what? This one's the best condition one I've personally ever seen in person. But you're still gonna find a perfect one next week for 30 bucks. There's gonna be no dings.
And I'm gonna cry.
And you're gonna have to buy it.
For it.
You're gonna have to buy it the 5th time. Hey, we've all done that with something.
But at least on this one, like, I could get my money back.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna try to go home now, but if our next shot is at a Goodwill, it's because we just happened to cross another one. You know what? There is a Goodwill right down this road.
No!
Listen, it's like 3 blocks that way.
We have work to do.
We do have a lot of work to do. We could just go to the 2 other Goodwills today I was thinking about now, since we're out, and then not go thrifting later.
Why do you talk me into things?
This is how it happens every day.
This is.
Every day we're going to one Goodwill.
I said, let's go to 1, maybe 2 today. We've been to 2.
Well, we did good. Let's at least go to the one that's right there.
You're an instigator.
What else are we gonna
Give
do?
me that root beer, I'm gonna cry.
So I was team go to another Goodwill. She was team don't go to another Goodwill. Guess who won? This guy.
It's because you drive.
Oh, that's what it is. Well, I'm not spending that much, but I'd love to have that.
Something a little bit nostalgic for me and something I've been wanting to do for a while, honestly. My mom used to make sun tea, So you'd put a bunch of tea bags in some water, and then you go sit it outside for quite a few hours. And for some reason, the sun and its magic made that tea so dang good. And I found this little Lipton Sun tea jar, and it looks like kind of more retro. It's only $3, I think. I don't know if it's worth anything on eBay, but I think it'd be really cute at the booth. Someone's at least gonna go, oh my gosh, sun tea, I'll make that. Hopefully Phoenix people know what sun tea is. I know it's a southern thing, but you know, maybe not.
I haven't found a lot here to look at, but I did find this Nerf gun tucked in right here with a aftermarket clip in it.
I saw a kid sitting right there in that red chair playing with it.
Well, come on now, kid. Get lost, poser. Come here real quick, I want to show you something. Check this out. I want it. And it's yellow, and look at how many bouncy balls I can fit in there.
You played in one of these before.
I know, but I'm not paying 130.
Yeah, no.
All right, now let's actually go home and do some work.
Yes.
Or should we go to another Goodwill?
So we just got back from the thrift, and Dallas has a lot of stuff to take care of, and so do I. I have a ton of things to take photos of and post and test and take stickers off of and just kind of get general prep work done for getting these things sold. So first thing I need to do is test these two here lamps. I got this one today, as you know, and then this one a couple of days ago. This really fun stained glass shell lamp. So I have no idea if either of them work. I hope they do, and I mean, the odds are good. So I'm just gonna get this here light bulb plugged into this. Which way does the light bulb go in? Come on. There we go. Just keep screwing, just keep screwing. There we go. And it is a very old school plug, so hopefully we don't burn down the house. Hey! Well, that definitely works. Now this one already has a light bulb in it. Like that. Hey! That one works too. Off and on, looks great. Yes! 2 for 2.
All right, we're back home, and here's one project that's got to get done today. I'm gonna plug all of my modern consoles, here we go, into this HDMI switcher so that we can easily switch them on my flat screen TV. Been meaning to get to doing this for a while. I just had to wait until one of these switchers showed up at the thrift. Now, gotta figure out where to plug this in. This is gonna be great. The only thing that would make this better is if it had a remote. Switches easily, that's good. All right, so we're gonna go out the out, and then figure out which one's my main input here and get it plugged up. There we go. So right now we are successfully into the switcher from the PlayStation 4 and then into the TV. Now we gotta get a second one plugged up and make sure that she switches. Now, which one do I want to plug up? There's the question. I think that my Wii U is ready to go, so let's plug that up. This is an interesting development. Okay, well, as soon as the Wii U turned on, it switched on its own. So I wonder if I can switch back to 1. Okay, and then switch to Wii U. All right. All right.
Trev.
The Trev, yeah, this is whoever owned the Wii U before us, and then I think that's me, and then no idea who that is. Nice! I like this. I like this a lot. So what are we, well, I don't have my power supply plugged up yet for the Xbox, so I think I'll just leave it like this for now and plug the Xbox up later, but all right, one project done. What else do I have to get done?
Everything.
Everything, so much.
Now that I got the lamps tested, which was the easy part, moving on to the second easy part, which is getting these guys all ready. They've got stickers on them. A lot of them are taped up and just kind of generally not clean. So I'm gonna get all this off of here because I think these are definitely going in the booth. This I might throw up on eBay too. As well as these, and give them a shot as a lot. But by the time that the booth opens, we'll know whether or not these sold. and I'll put them in the booth, and I'm super happy about that too. So we're gonna get that going. Let's get some peeling happening. So a lot of times these will come with these like red markings on them. Goodwill has a system, and I don't really understand their system, but they mark all of their items with a red pen. And this symbol represents a number that, like a price for the item, so that in case it doesn't have a sticker, the person at the cash register can know how much it should be. And so I think this one was like a $2.49, so maybe that O shape means $2.49. I know P means $4.49, so we're gonna learn that system so that we can figure some things out, because it's super inconvenient whenever we find things we want and it doesn't have a price, and then we have to go ask, and then we gotta figure it all out, and that would just save a lot of time. Ooh, this one's sticky. Corningware lids are actually really funny. There's a ton of them, and they are tons of different shapes and different handle styles. I mean, this one has like a plastic lid on it, so they there's a wide variety. I've never seen this one that's so flat on the edges, but I mean, as far as like selling Corningware, people don't really care what the lid looks like as long as it has the lid. So if you find one that fits, it's great, perfect, done. Conveniently, I do this in the kitchen because I'm by the sink, and I throw some water on these things and the tag will come just right off. So when they're being really stubborn, I'll just give them a minute to soak. This one started out so good. Goodwill stickers are the worst, am I right? I'm really curious to open this one up and see whoever replaced the handle on this. I want to see their handiwork, because it looks like they did a really good job matching this one perfectly to this size screw hole. But I wonder if it looks that perfect on the inside. Oh, it does. They did a good job. It's a bit rusty, but it looks pretty good. Got a little spacer in there and everything. Someone's husband knew what they were doing. Or maybe she did it. Or maybe it belonged to a man to begin with. Who knows? They're so pretty. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw all of these into the sink and get them all scrubbed down, and then we're gonna go file them away into all the things that need to go in my booth.
Here's something else that I've got to get done today. You guys know how we have our flea market booths, right? Well, we've got one in Kentucky. If you're really new to our channel, you might not know about the flea market booth that we run in Kentucky. But if you've been here for a while, you'll know about it. And our original plan for that booth was to take a once a year, twice a year shipment of stuff back to Kentucky with us when we go anyways, and hand it off to a guy there and let him man that booth, and then we basically split the money with him. And it went pretty well so far, but of course the coronavirus has kind of changed things, and I'm a little bit worried about being able to get back there anytime soon like was planned. So what I'm going to do today is fill this box right here with as much stuff as I can to send back to Kentucky. Whatever makes sense to send back there that'll still make me some money. So darts is the first thing. So I've got to put price tag stickers on all of these darts, and I printed off a few sheets. They all have my little face on them, and that's going to take me a little while, but I'm going to get that done, and then we got to get some stickers in here, and I'm basically going to fill this thing up until the box is about to burst, and then it'll be good. All right, the next thing going in the box, Ziploc bag full of stickers. There's a couple hundred stickers here. These have been selling like hotcakes at our flea market here in Arizona. Hopefully they do well in Kentucky as well. I got a bunch more stickers to find though. They're just laying all over the house.
2 things are checked off the list. Got the lamps tested, and I got all the dishes cleaned and ready for the booth. Now for the hard part. Now I get to list all of this fun stuff, including those 2 lamps. So I need to take some photos, and then I'm gonna sit in bed for the rest of the night and post. So that'll be a lot of fun, but I'm just gonna show you what I have to post today. It's kind of a mixed bag of things, and I'm really excited about them, but I am gonna list that little sun tea thing. I found some on eBay that go for about $20 to $30, so I feel like that might be worth a shot. And if it doesn't sell, no big deal, because I kind of like it and want to keep it, but at the same time, I can always throw it in the booth. I'm gonna list those pots as well. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on them, but I know that big pot goes for about 20 and both of these go for about 10. So throwing them up is a lot. I might be able to get 30 or 40 out of them. These babies, you might remember from a long time ago, these are my Griswold pans, and I have been avoiding posting them because I really like them and I've cooked in them a couple of times since I got them. But I think it's time to go ahead and get my investment back out of them. But they go for about $100 for the bigger one, and then about, you know, 50 to 75 for this one. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on that to double check my numbers and make sure I'm not lowballing or shooting too high, but that's the plan for that. I'm gonna get these Libby glasses that I bought on yesterday's episode listed. I think I'm gonna do $20 a piece for them and maybe list them individually, or I might change my mind and put them all up as a lot for like maybe 60 or so. This baby, about a little while ago, I'd actually already sold the matching set that I had that's blue. That set sold for about 60 bucks. This one is actually a little bit more rare. And if you have all 5 canisters of them, they go for about $100, $150. But I only have 3 of them, but even that is pretty good. So that goes for about $50 or $60 for just the 3. This mystery bag is full of Littlest Pet Shop things. And these are the ones that I didn't already look up and figure out how much it's worth. This one's worth about $7, so I'm gonna list that one by itself, but this is all just like random, horrible nonsense. I'm probably just gonna throw that up as a lot for like 10 bucks and see whoever wants it, because like some of it's broken, some of it, obviously, it's colored on, so we'll see if anybody wants that. This I need to repost because I already have this posted, but I got its matching little bowl the other day, so I'm gonna put that up as a lot together. And then the 2 lamps. The bigger of the 2 lamps, I think I'm gonna do for like 50 or so. I need to do a little bit more research to see what lamps of that style from the 70s go for, but I think that's about reasonable. And then the shell lamp goes for about 20 bucks to 30 bucks, so probably gonna go probably split the difference to do 25, hope for the best. But yeah, that's the plan, and I'm gonna get all this photographed. Wish me luck.
All right, so I've got a lot of stuff priced today to go in this box to get shipped to Kentucky, but it's still gonna probably be a couple more days worth of work because there's just a lot that needs to go in here. But I got some buttons ready to go to Kentucky. That's awesome, plenty of those. And then I've got just stacks and stacks of vinyl decals that we are shipping off to Kentucky. And then more stickers, just sticker. I really am happy about sending this kind of stuff to Kentucky because it is gonna essentially cost me next to nothing to ship there. And it's all stuff that's selling really well for here. So stickers, some guitar picks. Gotta scrounge up a few more of those. We've been selling these really well here. They're recycled, we make them ourselves, and they are labeled and ready to go to our flea market booth in Kentucky. And then it's funny that we were talking about our toy booth in Kentucky today because we had our first weekend of sales in Kentucky since it opened back up after being shut down because of the coronavirus. And we did pretty well. We sold a handful of Nerf guns, good Nerf guns, and that was good, but like the thing we sold the most was Disney Infinity and Skylanders. A ton of them, like whoa, it was kind of crazy. So I'm gonna send in a big bag of Skylanders and Infinity to Kentucky, probably a second bag. That'll probably only be about half of them because if they did that well today, definitely want to make sure there's a month or 2 months worth of supplies of stuff to send there. It was an interesting conversation when we opened our flea market booth up in Kentucky. A lot of people were like, I can't imagine why you would want to have that in Kentucky when you leave here, and why aren't you opening booths here instead of there? And a lot of questions like that have come our way since starting this flea market journey that we're on. And the original plan was to drive stuff back all the time because we have to go home and we like driving. We like doing these cross-country thrift trips that we do. And if you haven't watched those, pretty please go back and watch the last month. A couple months ago, watch a couple months worth of videos. We did lots of cross-country thrifting. So the plan was always to keep doing that and sending stuff. that is still the plan. We still very much so plan to take stuff back to Kentucky to sell at a flea market there. But just in case things with the coronavirus and pandemic and crazy stuff, just in case that stuff might get worse, we're gonna start now preemptively sending boxes full of stuff once a month just to keep it stocked and to keep something in there. So the smaller stuff is what's going. And I'm gonna close this box up for now. Come back to it tomorrow a little bit. I gotta get a few more vinyl decals cut, and I gotta get a few more Skylanders put together to send to Kentucky. But listen, guys, I do appreciate you hanging out with us. I appreciate you going to the thrift store with us. I appreciate you hanging out while we do all this stuff for our flea market booths. Probably not on tomorrow's episode, but the next day we'll be going back to both of our flea market booths here in town and restocking them, because we've had some pretty crazy weekend sales, and at least one of our booths is going to be looking kind of bare. So subscribe if you haven't already so you can get a notification. We'll hit the notification bell so you can get a notification when we do those videos. You can come back and hang out with us then. Also, before you go, guys, check out our merch store, tindostrash.com. Go join our Discord. The link for that's below. Go click on it. Come chat with us over on the Discord. It's a good time. I swear. I promise. All right? That's going to be it, guys. Until tomorrow, listen, peace out.